hearts towards Jesus. They were there in the boat with him. They were there on the shore as he multiplied bread and loaves, and they wanted him to be king. And because he refused to be king and he sent them out on the boat, they've hardened their heart towards him, so that when he comes walking on the water, instead of seeing the glory of God, they see a ghost. And they are terrified by it. They're freaking out like they're going to die. They're freaking out like this is going to be the end of them. And I love that Jesus, once again, refers to the title of God in the Old Testament. He says, "It is I." And what we need to understand in the Greek, which I don't like going back to, but in the Greek it says, "I am." And we know that in the Old Testament, Jesus, God, referred to himself to Moses that "I am." When Moses asked him who he was, he had no other way to describe himself except for "I am." I am sent you. I am the God of the universe. That is who God is. He has no other way to describe himself. And we see that Jesus steps into the boat and says, "I am is here. I am here. Don't be afraid." Jesus reveals to them right now in the boat that he is the God of the universe. He is what they need, and they just need to follow after his will rather than trying to put him into a box that they want. We need a king to overthrow the Romans. No, you need a saviour that's going to die for your sins, or you'll be cast aside for the rest of eternity. We often do this. We often want God to be who we want God to be. God is for us, that's what we say. No, God is for God. And if he's not for God, then he can't be for us at all. If God does not love himself and his glory more than us, then he cannot love us. For he's forfeited his power, he's forfeited himself to say that he is no longer God. And right now we can take comfort in the glory of God, knowing that because he loves his glory and because he doesn't want his name to be defamed across the nation, he sent his son Jesus to make a way for us to be restored back to him, to be reconnected to the Creator, to be reconnected to what we were meant to be at first, that is image bearers of God. Without Jesus, we have no ability to be obedient. We have no way of showing off God's glory. We can't display his holiness to the world. But now he has said, you have died to sin, you have raised to life, you have my spirit living in you, and now you can be a good, not perfect, but close to perfect image of God. And one day you will be a perfect image of God. You'll be able to reflect him throughout eternity. You'll have a new body that can stand in his presence, and new eyes to look upon his beauty and his holiness, and a new voice to sing praise to his name. And that is what we wait for. Jesus finishes this story by getting to the next shore, and it says that he went across the lake, started preaching again and healing the sick. Once again, he doesn't let the disciples deviate his plan, throw him off his track. He goes, I'm glorifying the Father, and I'll do this by proclaiming his kingdom and healing the sick. I will demonstrate who I am. I am the King of the kings. I am the Lord of lords. I am the God of the universe. And he demonstrates it through healing people throughout the next town. In 2 Corinthians 4:3-5, it says this. Before I read it, what we see is that still people, it's just the crowds coming. The crowds loving him, but they're not in love with his glory. They want him and they want his blessings, but they're not willing to lay down and worship him as their king, as their God. And it reminds us in Corinthians as to why. Corinthians 4:3-5 says, and even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing. In their case, the God of this world, which is Satan, has blinded the minds of the unbeliever to keep them from seeing the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. For what we proclaim is not ourselves, but Jesus Christ our Lord, with ourselves as your servants for Jesus' sake. Right there we are told that the gospel can be veiled to people. And it was once veiled to you. The glory of Jesus was once covered up. You could not see it. You couldn't grasp it, and you wouldn't come to him. And we need to realize that we were unworthy, but Jesus has made us worthy through dying and adopting us as his son. Right now, as we go out into this world and we demonstrate His glory, as we proclaim His glory, as we show off His holiness, that we put it on display in this little church here and in our personal lives outside, we need to remember that some people are just blatantly never going to see. They're blinded by Satan, they're blinded by this, the God of this world, as it says, and they are unbelievers. And it's blinded to those who are perishing. They will just die. We need to remember that it's only through Jesus and it's only through God that our eyes can ever see His glory. It's not about us, it's not about our ability, it's about Jesus taking away that veil and saying, now see me. Just as He walked past the disciples, He showed Himself who He was, and their hearts were still hardened. And we see at the end of Luke where Jesus says, and now see me. You will understand everything, and He reveals the whole truth to you. So guys, there are going to be people who don't know, who don't believe us, who think we're stupid, who think we're silly, and everything we do won't make sense to them. But one day, Jesus could open their eyes, remove that veil, and they will see His glory in you. Not a complete perfect picture of it, a bit of a blurred mirror of it, but they will see it, a glimpse of it. And that may be what that turns them as they hear the gospel preached to them, as they repent and believe and come into the kingdom of God. Guys, I hope today you've seen a glimpse of a deeper experience of God as you understand who He is and His love for His glory and His passion for His name. Let me pray for us. Father God, I thank You for Your word. I thank You that it reveals to us who You are. Lord, it is all about You. It is for You. And Lord, I know for myself and for many people here, we just want to live a life that is obedient to You. That is displaying Your glory, revealing Your holiness. Lord, help us to speak boldly the gospel. Although it may be veiled to some, You promise that it will be unveiled to others. So Lord, we pray that You lead us to those people, that we will speak without fear, that we will demonstrate faithfully. And that, Lord, through our lives, through this church, through the unity that You created, people will see Your glory, Your name, and I will praise You for it. In Jesus' name, amen.